Alrighty, it's that time. Priest's last 70s album review before we jump into the 80s. And man, what an album to end that decade for them. I mean, they started, mid 70s, early mid 70s, but so it was about 5 years. But yeah, the 70s for Priest was a great era of them. But yeah, we're looking at, depending on where you're at, which here in the US, the album is Hell Bent for Leather. And in the UK, the album, of course, titled Killing Machine. Either way, there's still both of those tracks on there. Um, but yeah, I would say overall, this record, the distortion's cranked up from Stained Class. That's for sure. Um, and I would say, while there are some really heavy hitters on here, there are also a couple that I'll get into when we reach that track. Um, when we reach those tracks that were kind of a little like trying to be anthemic and just a little corny for me. But I mean, they're still decent songs, I guess. But overall, yeah, solid, awesome album. Really great album, I would even say, because the awesome stuff outweighs the bad on here. But anyways, so we start off with one of my favorite pre-songs, especially of the '70s, "Delivering the Goods." What a freaking badass riff, and when that grunt from Rob in the chorus. And I also want to go ahead and add too, for the album in total, both KK and Glenn Tipton, they're just continue to shred, and like they even do some tapping on this album, which is really cool. But yeah, "Delivering the Goods," just such an incredible song, a killer choice for an opener. Then we've got "Rock Forever," which is decent. Not my favorite off here. It's real bluesy. It really sounds like something that'd be like a hybrid between, like a little bit of a heavier version of something you'd find off Rock'n'Rolla. So a good song, but a little bluesier. Then we've got "Evening Star." That one's pretty good as well. That one's not that bad. Um, Probably, again, not one of my favorites off the album. The second side, I'll say, is stronger overall. It's got heavier stuff. But also, this fourth track is an incredible freaking banger off here. Have the title track here in the US, "Hell Bent for Leather." That is another one that just kicks ass, and it's just a heavy song. Like that would be the songs like "Delivering the Goods," "Hell Bent for Leather," stuff like that. Those are really the direction the band would end up taking, on the next album and going forward. Then you've got one that I'm not really a big fan of, "Take on the World." That's one of the ones that are kind of corny to me, and it's just kind of like a cheering type deal, like a "Evening Star" is kind of like that too, honestly. "Evening Star" is kind of still decent songs, I guess, but not my favorite by any means. And they're kind of, and I guess you'd kind of see them do that a little bit on the next album. Do a little bit of that, like on the song "United," like stuff like that. Kind of, I'm not really into. But anyways, next we've got a song I forgot about. When I re-listened to this album, I was like, oh man, I love rediscovering some of these tracks. But first song off side two, we got "Burning Up," and man, that one is really freaking good. I forgot how good that thing was. I forgot even what the song went like until I re-listened to this thing, and what a cool song, and another heavier one. This side two is heavier. Then we've got the cover. It's a Fleetwood Mac cover, "The Green Manalishi with the Two-Pronged Crown," and I've never heard the Fleetwood Mac version. I do like Fleetwood Mac, but I've never really listened to their stuff pre Stevie Nicks. Maybe I should. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But I've never heard that version, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But all I know is the Priest version's freaking awesome, and it is a classic. Everybody loves their version. It's only highly renowned, and talked about. Then we've got another freaking awesome song off here, the title track for the UK, "Killing Machine," and that thing, wow. Another just, it's like a kick in the gut. Songs like that, "Delivering the Goods" and "Hell Bent for Leather," like they're just impactful. They pack a punch to them. Is the best way to describe it, I think. Then we've got "Running Wild," another decent track, a heavier track again, off side two, decent track. Not my favorite off here. Then we've got a softer one, but it's really beautiful. The vocals from Rob on this thing are just, I like that Rob can go softer, and really also need to mention that on this album, Rob does a lot of the deeper vocals, like experiments with it, like on Delivering the Goods chorus and Hell Bent for Leather, Killing Machine. I mean, obviously there's still the high, shrill shrieks and, howls from Halford, but he does do a lot of like the deeper voice, which is badass. I really like when he does that. But yeah, Before the Dawn, incredible song. And then we've got the final track on this album, Evil Fantasies. Another good song, not my favorite, decent closer, And I would say it's better than, those other aforementioned songs that I, like Evening Star and Take on the World and even Running Wild. I do like Evil Fantasies. It's actually a pretty damn good song, the more I'm thinking about it. But, so I can't really dog it, actually. I would say that's a really good song, and that is a solid closer. Although I think Before the Dawn would fit better as a closer. But anyways, yeah, that is my review for, 1978, the final 70s album of Judas Priest, Hell Bent for Leather. Incredible album. And what a send out, too, for their 70s Priest stuff. And next time we'll be looking at the first Priest 80s album, British Steel, an iconic album with massive hits. But yeah, I'm excited to be looking at that and entering the 80s Priest. Anyways, thanks a lot.